Welcome back, everyone. Hello.
Welcome.
Are you as excited to see me as I am to see you?
I'm very happy to see you. That means we're back at it, right?
I know.
We're back in business. This is great.
You know what I was thinking about, John? This is Jonathan Newell, of course, Strand Theater, Hudson Falls. I was thinking about what the word live meant in live music.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, here we were for a year. You used to take it for granted, right? Oh, it's live music night, or we're going out there, there's going to be some live music. And, you take it for granted, and then all of a sudden, it was gone.
Yes.
Everything was gone.
Yeah.
And most recently, my wife and I were just here for the Levin Brothers. And it was one of the things that really struck me, outside of being back at the Strand Theater again, but what it was like to feel the heat of the crowd and watch, especially Peter Levin, right? Talk to the crowd and let them know that it was that interaction that was inspiring them.
How grateful he was to be back playing for people. Now, we had shows all during the lockdown. We had live streams to maybe 5 people, 10 people or so. But when you have this bigger crowd, this bigger energy, you realize just how much you missed it. Yeah. It was gone from us for so long. And you almost get used to it in a way. You get used to playing with these very tiny crowds or just playing for a small select microphone collection or something, but now to play for that energy and that also spontaneity of a live crowd.
Yeah, that's right.
And I really felt it. I've had gigs this past couple of weeks too, so you're out playing for people again and you're like, wow, this is why we do all this stuff. That's right. Playing music is so great, but it really means so much more when you're playing for people.
Well, it just, you get into the whole idea of what the scope of music means. You always hear that music is the universal language. Well, it really is, because it's triggering emotions that, you don't really even think about. You don't have to think about it, because it's spontaneous. Right. And it was really true with the Levin brothers. And Tony Levin, of course, internationally known, recognized bass player. I think we can drop a couple of names like Peter Gabriel, maybe.
John Lennon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, from that band from
right, that band that we've talked about a few times.
Yeah, that's right. We were talking about that caliber, and it was really wonderful.
It's great.
Wasn't it a great night?
Great show. Great. They were so together, and I think like Pete said, they need this as much as we need them. Yeah. Somebody in the audience said, "No, we need you more. We need you."
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it was really great.
Oh, that's wonderful. Hey, so we're back, and I've got the list in front of me because I couldn't possibly remember all the things that are going on.
Yeah.
But why don't we just run down a little bit? Okay, you got the doors open again. Yeah. People are allowed to come back in again. We've got a couple of staples. This theater, and I've said this a lot, John, you can run a business like this and you're really good at accounting. You're really good at books. Or you run a business like this and you're an artist. And that's what you bring to this situation. This is your place, and it just has this creative energy here that you just don't find in other places. It's just so impressive. So, that means not 3 nights a week. That means like 7 nights a week, right?
And sometimes 10 shows a week. It's not just the 6 or 7 nights a week, but there's 2 shows a day on Saturday sometimes, or even 3. It's really interesting that people want to have just that niche of time where they can showcase to what they're doing, what they're working on creatively. So this has become that incubator for that, or just this space to come and throw something on the wall and see if it sticks, sort of thing. Yeah. So it's instantly jumped back to being very busy, busier than we were before lockdown, I think.
Bet. Well, people felt held down, locked up, and now they just want to get out.
And I think people discovered us during the lockdown. We made all the streams. We streamed 110 shows, and we made them very community accessible. We didn't charge admission for anything. It was just there on the website, so that every weekend there was a different sort of show happening. Mm-hmm. And people, because they weren't going out to other shows, they found us. Right. So now we're getting a lot more calls for rentals, for things, for recording time, for video time, and then all the shows still.
Let's talk about some of those. Still going to do the open night, open mic Wednesdays?
Yeah, open mic is like the heartbeat of the place. Yeah, right. Because it's the gamut of everyone. Sort of, we try to give them a space to perform. Try whatever their professional level or whatever they're trying to achieve with it. They at least get a chance to try it out. So open mics, and then Thursdays we have a concert series that's free to the public. It's Unplugged Thursdays, sponsored by a local energy company named Boralax. Mm-hmm. And this is the 3rd year they've sponsored it, and it's been very successful. People just, and so audience doesn't get charged any admission. They get to hear this great music, and it's great for the community.
And it isn't just music, by the way. You know, I'm thinking of Chevalier, the dance company.
So, yeah, ballet companies, yeah.
And we got a ballet floor down here right now.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, on the stage.
We just had 5 weeks in a row of ballet companies coming through.
Okay.
So we had Chevalier Ballet from New York, the New York Dance Project, run by former Joffrey principals, and then 3 local dance companies. So it's that space that one company from Saratoga, one from Whitehall, and one from Glens Falls, I think. So more parents get to come in and see the space and see their kids use the space, and the kids get to feel the space. And
you know, I've done many interviews with dance companies, and it's just really something to see the young ones, right? You know, they're finding themselves.
Yeah.
And part of the way that they find themselves is to test themselves.
Yeah, sure.
Right? And test themselves in front of their parents and every other parent and a live audience. And that, you know, that stays with you. I'm sure so many of you would agree with this. It stays with you your whole life.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Right. And so it's so important to have that comfortable space for that moment when you, because I would hate it if somebody ran out of here in tears from an experience, you know. So I'm grateful for all of these opportunities that we can provide to people, and we keep trying to make it better for whatever that is. So I'm trying to get better at presenting dance. We're trying to get better at presenting film. So we have more film happening this summer. Trying to add opera boxes to the wall because I just booked my first opera. I've always wanted to try opera in here because it's such an intimate space. I think we could remove this center row and have a true orchestra pit down here, and people could sit in the balcony or sit right around us, like in the film Mozart, when the audience is sitting right around the orchestra.
That's right.
I think we could do that here too, and the acoustics are so good for it.
You know, I'll attest to that. I have, you know, quite an interesting past, as you know. You know, I've been to a lot of theaters, and it stunned me. John, I think it was way back, and you had the grand piano. You had just gotten the grand piano.
Yeah.
And you were sitting here, and you said to me there were no seats. There was no balcony. There was just planks up there.
Yeah.
And you said to me, would you go up there and see what it sounds like from up there? And I remember just talking to you from up there, how amazing the acoustics are.
You didn't have to shout. Yeah, you didn't have to shout at all.
I was just talking to you.
We're sitting in the sweet spot right now. So
I know.
And we have a resident Shakespeare company, the Hudson River Shakespeare Company. They don't use microphones in here. They don't need to. They're just standing here in like the old days.
Yeah.
At the same time, the room can handle a good amount of volume, a good amount of what's
a little bit of the kick-ass.
Yeah,
is that what we're talking about?
we can rattle the plaster. We can shake the plaster. So you know, we just had the Levin Brothers. That wasn't, you know, that had some muscle to it.
Yeah, sure did.
We have an AC/DC tribute band coming in a few weeks too. That's going to rattle some.
Yeah, that will definitely rattle it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of the things that are coming. I remember clearly before the pandemic when you and I were sitting downtown Glens Falls, and you said, I got this thing, maybe Martin Barr. Can you remember that one? Remember that one?
Sure.
From Jethro Tull, by the way.
Well,
and now, but Peter Asher.
Okay, so we'll go there first, right?
Yeah, go there first.
Because Martin's coming back, but Peter, so this is, what an amazing thing. So this is his 3rd trip to Hudson Falls, New York, but this time he's bringing a band. He's either come as a duo or a trio, you know, something intimate, a little low-keyed. He's bringing like an 8-piece band this time. His guitarist is a guy named Albert Lee. Yeah. His bass player is this guy named Leland Sklar. You know, some of the biggest names in the past 50 years of recorded music, too. Kate Taylor is playing acoustic guitar with him.
Nice.
And Peter Asher just produced a new album for her. So that's very exciting. The Steve Holley from Wings, the drummer from Wings, is playing drums that night. And the keyboard player from Badfinger is playing piano that night. And Neil Diamond's guitarist is playing guitar. And Bonnie Raitt's guitarist is in the band. So that's okay. And it's on July 25th, which is Christmas in July, right? So there's some things happening that week. So. And at the beginning of that week, so I've been booking things, it's 6 nights a week, and the reason it's not 7 is because I have a standing gig every Monday night on a beach in Lake George, and I can't be here. So I'm like, no, I got to take the night. So
you and I have run into each other at that gig, right?
And what kicks off that week is the premiere of a TV show called Hudson Falls. Has nothing to do with this Hudson Falls, but it's a crime drama called Hudson Falls. And I got a call from their publicist saying, you know, when they research the real town of Hudson Falls, stories about the Strand Theater come up and the revival and the community. Can we come there and do the premiere? I'm like, yes, you can come here and do the premiere. Of course you can. So that's what starts that week. So July 20th is this TV premiere. The week ends with Peter Asher and this super group from California. And in between, I've got a Steinway artist, Stephen Graff, is coming up that Friday.
Oh, okay.
I have a great Doors tribute band that same Saturday. And then our open mic is in the middle of it. And the family film night, which is also sponsored by Borelec. So every Tuesday night, there's family films. Just trying to keep the variety and a different audience coming in, different demographic all the time, so that we're reaching out to as many people as we can.
You're going to have to learn how to love the arts a little bit more. You know what I'm saying to you?
I know. I get pretty happy about this stuff. Pretty excited. And at the same time, it's a lot of work, but there's always these exciting, good things that are coming around the corner, and I can't wait to experience them. And I'm looking at my own gigging schedule. I'm like, oh, I'm going to miss this one. Oh, I'm going to miss that one. I'm like, but I have to take gigs when I.
You know, I really encourage you, go to the website. You'll see it on the bottom of the screen. I got to cycle back on a couple of things because Peter Asher, by the way, you're thinking to yourself, Peter Asher, if you're older, you would know Peter and Gordon, were a real popular British duo. And then, of course, Peter Asher went on to produce the likes of Linda Ronstadt and James Taylor and the like, and then decided to go out and kind of do a retrospective on his life and everything he's done. Lee Sklar is James Taylor's bass player, as
Phil
you well
Collins,
know.
bass player,
Yeah, and Phil Collins as well. So, you know, you're talking about the kind of artists and the kind of mix of experiences you're just not going to find any place else. I know you're not going to find it any place else. I want to talk about the Hudson Falls thing. The premiere of this show, and I think I was reading that it's going to premiere on Amazon Prime or something.
Yeah.
So it's right up on top of the list. And the cast are people that you would know from Seinfeld, from Law and Order. That's the one I spotted right away. And some others. And they will be here. And it's also a fundraiser for the Strand.
Right. It's $25 tax-deductible donation. We're going to have hors d'oeuvres and wine, and there'll be a panel discussion after so they're going to premiere 2 series that the writer is working on. One is called Hudson Falls. Another one is called Distemper, and it's about the pandemic of 1918, which is really interesting. So they're going to show that here. That's Tuesday, the July 20th, and it's $25 admission, and it's a fundraiser for the Strand.
Boy, when I was looking at the list, it takes you all the way through August here. In the fall, just anything that you want to just mention about the fall?
So the fall is already very busy. There's a few things. I'm starting a chamber music series called the Stephen Parsons Chamber Music Series. We got a grant from LARAC, the Lower Adirondack Regional Arts Council, to do chamber music in here, which will sound phenomenal. And the Hyperion String Quartet is going to kick it off.
Wow.
And there's some great things coming. And then this blues guitarist, one of the great blues guitarists alive named Walter Trout, is coming here on October 12th. And just through word of mouth, now tickets haven't gone on sale yet, but I think we have 100 reservations already for that. That's in October. We've got more dance companies coming. We'll have the McCrells back for Christmas. I mean, there's just it's a lot to look forward to.
If you don't know Walter Trout, you have to look this up. You talk about steeped in the real simple sophistication of the blues.
Yeah, and his life story has brought his level of playing to this this whole another place. So you'll have to come to the show to find out what that's all about.
Yeah, for sure. John, it's just so great to see you again and be
Nice
here again. The other night was just fabulous. We were sitting right there. And of course, Mark Abadili, let's give Mark a shout out. Hello, Mark. He sits right there for every show.
As often as he can.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But please go to the Strand website, find out what's going on, get over here and see some of the music, film, Big Lebowski.
Dance.
Dance, right? It's just this wonderful, eclectic, very, very creative mix. Thanks to you. That's it. That's all I got to say.
Well, thanks for your support. And it's nice to see you in person instead of the Zooming that we've been doing for 16 months or whatever.
Yeah, you know what? That didn't work for me. With you, it
wasn't as much fun.
Yeah, I know. No. Good to see you, John.
Nice to see you, too. Thank you.
Okay. You want to see this interview again, you can go to our website. I got to remember the name. It's lookmediaresource.org.